Okay, so the latest bit of news that has just come about is that Karthi Chidambaram has now left the CBI office. He's now heading to the Patiala House court. Remember, a short while back, we showed you the visuals of senior Congress leader and former finance minister P. Chidambaram arriving. There he is. He refused to speak to the media, but looking very confident there. CBI wanting to extend the custody of Karthi Chidambaram, who claims that this is nothing but a political vendetta against him and his family. Karthi Chidambaram, in fact, had even moved the Supreme Court. In fact, he had sought the cancellation of summons by the Enforcement Directorate. That didn't happen. Supreme Court going ahead and admitting the plea, but even asking questions from the investigating agency. But a lot that's happening right now. Earlier on, Karthi Chidambaram was even made to sit face to face with Indrani Mukherjee. He got a chance to speak to Indrani and Peter Mukherjee over the allegations that have been leveled against him. But let me go straight across now to Munish Pandey. Munish, so the latest that we're hearing is that he's already left the CBI office. What's the information that you're getting? CBI wants an extension of his custody. What will be the case that will be put up by his lawyers? Because the claim by the authorities are that he's not cooperating in the investigations.
Yeah, well, Avantika, a while back, Karthi Chidambaram left for Patiala House Court, and he was sitting on the back seat. He again waved before the cameras, and he was looking confident. But as far as if we talk about the case which the CBI is going to put out to seek his extension, seek the custody, then we have been given to understand is that CBI is going to ask for 8 days extension. The first ground is going to be he is not cooperating with the investigation. Second is when he was confronted with the documentary evidences, he denied all the allegation. Third is the secret notes by the then finance ministry, which he has tampered while his visit to UK. He has denied the allegation that he has not tampered the evidence. Okay. Fourth is that the money which was transferred to the Advantage Strategic Private Limited and Chess Management Private Limited, he has again denied the allegations. So there are many allegations against Karthi, but he has denied, and this is going to be one of the main ground of CBI to seek his extension. Yes, all right, Meetu Jain is also with us. Meetu, now the CBI's FIR, the ED had registered a case along the lines of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So just explain this to us now. What happened in the Supreme Court? The plea has already been admitted, but still no relief for Karthi Chidambaram just as yet, who's hoping to get now relief in the Patiala House Court.
That's right. You see, the point is that the CBI had sought a 15-day remand of Karthi Chidambaram in the INX media case. Now, the Patiala House Court has granted them all of 6 days. Essentially, that means that technically speaking, Karthi Chidambaram should be spending the rest of their time in judicial custody. But of course, that's just a technicality. His counsel has already moved a bail application. Now, will Karthi Chidambaram get bail or not is the question. If, just in case he gets bail, then the question is, can the Enforcement Directorate move a plea to arrest him? Now, it does appear that the Enforcement Directorate could be doing that, because remember, in the Supreme Court, even though Karthi Chidambaram had moved a plea saying that the Enforcement Directorate does not have a jurisdiction, etc., and the Supreme Court would be hearing that in the next 2 days. But as far as giving relief to him is concerned, immediate relief, that has not happened. Which means if there is no relief to Karthi Chidambaram, then the Enforcement Directorate can jolly well go ahead and arrest Karthi Chidambaram. So the question is, will he get bail? My feeling is that there is a possibility that the Enforcement Directorate's demand for custody of Karthi Chidambaram could be accepted by the Patiala House Court. So that's bad news where Karthi Chidambaram is concerned. But in the Supreme Court, the good news is, as far as he is concerned, that his bail plea, his plea that the Enforcement Directorate does not have jurisdiction has been accepted. Which means if that is accepted and the Enforcement Enforcement Directorate's case is quashed, then Karthi Chidambaram will have major relief, because the Enforcement Directorate's case stands mainly on Indrani Mukherjee's statement that she paid $1 million to Karthi Chidambaram. At least $700,000 is what she's admitted to. And the demand that was made of her was $1 million. That's the Enforcement Directorate's case. One has to see what happens in a short while in the Patiala House court.
And the Enforcement Directorate, Meetu, if I just understand this clearly, will also have to then investigate the functioning of the finance ministry in the UPA government, and that's where the role of the former finance minister P. Chidambaram also assumes much significance. Now, right now, Karthi Chidambaram is in custody, but will the Enforcement Directorate, or for that matter the CBI, widen their probe and also question the senior Congress leader in this particular case?
You know, yesterday the Enforcement Directorate put out, there was a story that was planted in some of the newspapers that an amount of 1.8 crore was paid by Karthi Chidambaram to a senior Congress leader from his bank account in the Royal Bank of Scotland in Chennai. Now, what Kapil Sibal told the Supreme Court is that it's obvious that the agencies are pointing to Mr. P. Chidambaram. Now, if a son pays money to his father or transfers money into his account, can that be called a bribe? If a son pays money to his father, can it be looked at as money laundering under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act? Is this what agencies have come to? Now, that is the plea taken by Kapil Sibal, but on this ground there is a strong possibility that the Enforcement Directorate could be questioning Mr. P. Chidambaram as to why Karthi Chidambaram paid him that 1.8 crore rupees. So that's important. The other important point is that Indrani Mukherjee's statement is made under Section 50 of the PMLA Act, and that is essentially evidence in a court of law. That is as far as the law is concerned. Now, if that happens, then Mr. Chidambaram could be questioned on that point as well. He could be questioned as to whether he actually entertained Indrani and Peter Mukherjee in his office at North Block, and he asked them to help his son out, Karthi Chidambaram, in his business, and also asked them to pay $1 million like is being alleged before the Enforcement Directorate.
Right. Munish, Karthi Chidambaram presently is facing custodial investigation for allegedly giving the FIBB approval to INX Media. That's a very strong case against him, but all of that will have to be proved. I mean, these are mere allegations. This is information coming in from Indrani Mukherjee, who presently is in jail herself, along with her husband Peter Mukherjee, and that perhaps is a very important uphill task for the investigating agencies to establish the money trail and to prove that the allegations against the both the father and the son hold some truth.
Yeah, well, the CBI needs to establish the money trail in this entire case. But before that, I just want to break one news, Avantika. What we have been told by top ED sources is that ED is going to ask for the custody of Karthi Chidambaram if CBI is not getting the extension of custody. That means that if court is denying the custody extension of custody to Karthi Chidambaram, then ED will immediately move an application to arrest Karthi Chidambaram. So this is a big development which is coming from top sources in ED to India today, and now we have been told that even the ED officers and the lawyers of ED are already present inside the court, and they are watching this entire proceeding very closely. If the extension is denied by the CBI court, then they will immediately move an application to arrest
and
Karthi
how
Chidambaram.
Soon can that be done?
Remember,
how soon, Munish, can that be done? If today Karthi Chidambaram is granted relief, is given bail, and the CBI has not given an extension of his custody, how soon can the Enforcement Directorate move an application and demand his custody?
What we have been told by the ED sources is that immediately they will move an application. The application is already prepared. They are just waiting for the court order. As soon as the court order comes that he has been denied extension of custody to CBI, then they will move the application immediately. They will not wait for the bail hearing, because remember, ED wants him to interrogate in their case. And if we talk about this involvement of Karthi Chidambaram in other cases, last month there was an affidavit which was filed by the ED before the Supreme Court, in which they said that there are 54...
Just stay with me, Munish, stay with me. So we're just seeing the visuals of Karthi Chidambaram just... Okay, that's him there. raising his hand. He's always claimed that this is nothing but a political conspiracy against him. This is vendetta. And there he is cheering on and also, leading from the front. His father, in fact, and the former finance minister, P. Chidambaram, arrived a while ago at the Patiala House court, and he also was smiling and looking very confident, though he refused to speak to the correspondents. But Meetu Jain is with us. Meetu, what dramatic visuals. Karthi Chidambaram stepping out of the car and, raising his hand, a victory hand, and obviously, looking, or rather the gestures that he's making, he seems to be very confident that he would get bail today.
Well, actually, both father and son are very clear where this is concerned. Body language has to also be looked at very carefully. Mr. Chidambaram, despite whatever odds, has always put up a smiling face before the camera. Karthi Chidambaram is learning from his father, and every day that whenever he faced the camera, he was very, very clear that he's been saying that this is political vendetta. He's being fixed by the agencies, and whatever he might be saying, the fact is that both the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI are looking to tighten their noose around Karthi Chidambaram. And remember, of course, we're not just looking at the statement, the damaging statement made by Indrani Mukherjee. We're also looking at the fact that the Enforcement Directorate will today be questioning Peter Mukherjee. Now, what kind of a statement will Peter Mukherjee be making? There is a possibility that Peter Mukherjee will be repeating what Indrani Mukherjee has been saying. Because remember, both of them are incarcerated for the murder of Sheena Bora, that is Indrani Mukherjee's daughter. The sense is that if both of them would like to get their freedom, and the unstated understanding, at least that's what the Congress is repeating, is that the CBI would go slow on the murder case of Indrani Mukherjee if she actually gave gave evidence against the Chidambaram. So that might be the quid pro quo where the tacit understanding is concerned. But where the Chidambarams are concerned, they are very, very clear that they are going to be fighting this tooth and nail. And of course, Mr. Chidambaram's plea is there in the Supreme Court. There's also this plea of Karthi Chidambaram, which will be heard in the next 2 days, about the jurisdiction of the Enforcement Directorate.
Okay, just stay on with me, Meetu. What we'll do is we'll just play out those visuals once again on full frame. That's Karthi Chidambaram there, as you can see on your screens right now, shouting a slogan of victory, completely unfazed and undeterred by the allegations. He is currently facing custodial investigation for allegedly influencing FIPB during the UPA government, and there he walks into the Patiala House court. And Munish Pandey, in fact, has been tracking the journey of Karthi Chidambaram from the CBI office to Patiala House court, wherein in moments now we will know the fate of Karthi Chidambaram, whether there will be an extension of his custody or whether he will be given bail, he will be given relief. Karthi Chidambaram there looking very confident and raising his fist, a victory sign that he will he will stand vindicated at the end of all of it. Well, Munish, we have seen this happening in the past. We saw what happened in the 2G scam. A. Raja emerging victorious, a free man now. Karthi Chidambaram also claiming that he will be vindicated by the end of all of this. Let me go straight across now first to Ankit Tyagi. I've just been told we're joined by Ankit Tyagi. Ankit, tell us what's going on there. We are seeing the visuals of Karthi Chidambaram completely unfazed, looking very confident, raising the victory sign and showcasing to the entire world that he's innocent and will be vindicated.
That's right, and this is something that has been absolutely persistent and consistent with Karthi Chidambaram's demeanor since the time he has been picked up by the investigating agencies. The CBI has just brought him here at the Patiala House court where I'm standing right now, and in front of the special CBI judge. What we have been told is that the CBI will be asking for extension of custody of Karthi Chidambaram because they believe that he is yet not cooperating fully with the investigating agency. Now, these visuals that you see that are coming in on your screen live are of Karthi Chidambaram being brought at that gate number 2 of the Patiala House court, where he once again came out and flashed that victory sign. His father, the former finance minister P. Chidambaram, one of the topmost lawyers in the country, mother Nandini Chidambaram, another name in the legal fraternity to reckon with. All of them, in fact, have been saying that this is political vendetta. But one very important thing also, Avantika, today is what happened in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court did not give any initial relief to Karthi Chidambaram. That is something possibly the CBI would like to play here inside the court as well.
Right, and the CBI also wanting to argue that Karthi Chidambaram hasn't been cooperating, Munish, and that is, I think, something that they will use to seek an extension of his custody.
Yeah, well, Avantika, they are saying that he is not cooperating with the investigation. And if we talk about the today's hearing, it doesn't seem that Karthi Chidambaram will get relief. If CBI is denied extension of custody, then ED will move an application to arrest him. Because remember, ED is also investigating this case for at least 2 times. ED has already questioned Karthi in this entire case, but even ED maintains that when he was summoned and he came and recorded a statement before the Enforcement Directorate. So first, CBI will ask for the extension on the ground that Karthi is not cooperating in spite of giving all the, in spite of confronting with him documentary evidences or confrontation with Nandini Mukherjee. But ED also claims that they also have a tight case. They also have statements of the FIPB officials. Now, we have been also given to understand by the Enforcement Directorate that last month there were FIPB officials which were questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in this very same case. Yesterday evening also there were FIPB members who were questioned by the Enforcement Director. So they are also making out their own case, and once if Karthi is denied extension of custody by the court, then ED will immediately move an application. But we have to wait and watch that what is the exact order of the court on the extension of the custody, and if the extension is denied, then on the application of ED to arrest Karthi Chidambaram.
Right. And Meetu, why would the ED want to move an application and seek his custody when Karthi Chidambaram has already questioned the Enforcement Directorate's jurisdiction to issue summons to him?
Well, Avantika, like I've been saying since the morning, Enforcement Directorate is just waiting in the wings to actually arrest Karthi Chidambaram. They were actually waiting to see what would be the outcome of the Supreme Court plea that Karthi Chidambaram had made. Of course, the plea has been admitted, but an immediate relief that the ED should not take action against Karthi Chidambaram has not been addressed by the Supreme Court. So therefore, while there is no immediate relief where Karthi Chidambaram is concerned, that plea would come up by and by when it does in the next couple of days. So the Enforcement Directorate was waiting to see what really happens in the Supreme Court, but immediately now that what is going to be happening is, will Karthi Chidambaram get bail, or will the CBI get extension of the remand? If the CBI doesn't get extension of the remand, then Karthi Chidambaram, does he get to spend the rest of that 15-day remand that the CBI was asking for in judicial custody, because that is the technical point, or if that bail is granted, then what will the Enforcement Directorate do? The Enforcement Directorate will move in immediately to arrest Karthi Chidambaram, and that is the game plan of the Enforcement Directorate. However, yesterday when I was talking to officials of the Enforcement Directorate, they were saying that since Karthi Chidambaram has to be spending at least another 9 days or so in judicial custody, they have all the time in the world. They will be questioning him when they like, but yes, they are planning to arrest him is what they had said. Avantika?
Right, absolutely, and that's the breaking news that, Meetu and Munish Pandey has been telling us since the time Karthi Chidambaram left the CBI custody, that if an extension of custody today is denied, the Enforcement Directorate will move in to arrest Karthi Chidambaram today itself. Absolutely. And Meetu, that's exactly the point that you were just making, that the Enforcement Directorate, they have their task cut out, that they will be immediately moving an application to arrest Karthi Chidambaram if bail is denied, if bail in fact is granted to Karthi Chidambaram. Ankit Tyagi is also with us outside Patiala House Court. Ankit, what's the latest?
You see, as we speak, he's now been taken to the court of the special CBI judge. Now, both the CBI would be asking for extension of the custody. They believe, and this is what they have been saying, the sources have been leaking that Karthi Chidambaram so far has not cooperated fully. And that is also very visible in his demeanor. Both the father and the son say that it's a political vendetta and have questioned the timing of this arrest as well at the arrival lounge of the airport in Chennai. Now, Avantika, apart from what you're hearing from the investigative agency, because a lot of noise was also made by the investigative agency, and rightly so, when the 2G case also came through, but ultimately it is not, as of now, it's all about investigation. It is not about somebody being guilty or not. The investigating agencies in that case also said they have a watertight case against A. Raja and others. Ultimately, it fell flat inside the court. Now, there are few important things that people have to look on as far as the defense is concerned. They have been claiming that if the FIPB, clearance was given to certain people, then why weren't any FIPB official picked up or arrested? Questioning of them, if only mere questioning of them was enough, then how do they connect it to the finance minister unless the finance minister had influenced them? That is a matter of investigation as we speak. Apart from that, the timing of this arrest is being spoken about politically. It has given ammunition to the BJP going into the second half of the budget session to counter the Congress, which has been absolutely on a front foot or trying to corner the Modi government for the first time in 4.5 years of the tenure of the Prime Minister on corruption issues, be it Rafale, be it Nirav Modi, or be it Vijay Mallya and the way they have gone across. So all those things are being questioned. The defense already saying that A, there was no need for him to be arrested because he has been cooperating. Every time they had asked him to come, he had come. Number two, they also said that these are selective leaks by the investigating agency to try and create an environment around Karthi Chidambaram. What the court, in fact, remember, the first time also CBI had asked for 15 days, they got 5. Now, once again, the CBI wants an extension. All hinges on whether the court still does think that there is a need for custodial interrogation of Karthi Chidambaram further or not.
Right. Ankit, Meetu and Munish, keep a close track of all the developments outside the Patiala House court and also the information coming in from the Enforcement Directorate that has its task cut out. They are planning to move in an application to arrest Karthi Chidambaram today itself. That's the big news. Today itself, as Meetu and Munish were telling us, in case bail is granted to Karthi Chidambaram, who was in fact looking very confident, raising that victory sign when he stepped out of the vehicle when he was brought in from the CBI office to the Patiala House court. In fact, even his father, senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram, is at the court right now. CBI wanting an extension of his custody. They are demanding an 8-day custody. We'll keep a close track of all of the updates and information coming in.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.